Welcome to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. The only show dedicated to helping parents maximize their kids' experiences and for kids to reap the fun. Here are your hosts, the Bodacious family, Adam, Anthony, and Zachary.
Welcome. Let's say more. You can't just stop. I can't be the only one talking.
Hi.
Hello. See, Mom's got it.
Hi.
All right, come on, a little more energy.
What's
There we go. Welcome back to
Bodaciously
Awesome
Family
Show.
That's right. We're the only show dedicated to giving kids like what they want, giving parents like things to do with their kids. There's like some tagline we came up a long time ago, but I don't remember what it is. So, Zach, how you doing?
Good.
Feeling the energy today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Mom, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
You feeling the energy today?
I am, because you know what? It's actually hashtag birth week.
It is. You are another year older and wiser.
Uh-huh. And it's also hashtag birth month.
Well, I mean, they fall into place. It's like a Russian nesting doll of time.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to make sure that I do something like pretty much every day this month to celebrate me.
I think you should. I think you're worthy of celebration daily.
Oh, thanks.
What did you do yesterday?
We had
We had a little party with friends.
Oh, that's right. Yes. We had a little party with friends yesterday.
Dinner.
Okay.
So there. Boom. Face. I make sure she is... Oh, well done.
Got
All right. Zach, where can people find us on the interwebs?
Period. Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Period.
Just to go look for podcasts?
Period.
All right. You tell some friends about this. You'd be a hype man. You gotta start telling people, listen to my podcast, yo. Say it.
Listen to our podcast, yo.
Very good. That's how the kids say it.
We do?
You just did.
Because you made me.
I didn't make you do anything.
So this kid's a kid. This is a kid. So my dad is a kid.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think it counts.
Yeah, I mean, just see you wear it. Okay, so Zach, what are we going to be talking about today? This is a topic we kind of covered once early on before it opened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But what will we be talking about today?
Galaxy's Edge.
And what is Galaxy's Edge?
Awesomeness.
But what is it? Like, talk
Star
about
Wars.
what is it?
It's the place they opened at Disney, and it's Star Wars.
Okay.
It's just Star Wars.
So, like, what's that? Like, so give me some more. So, it is a Star Wars thing in Disney. Is all you said. What is it?
There is rides for Star Wars. It's just like you're in Star Wars.
You're in Star Wars. I think it's actually a pretty good description of it.
Yeah, I would call it an immersive experience of Star Wars.
Yeah, we're an immersive land.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have characters walking around, and there's stormtroopers, and there's blue milk.
Of course, obviously, there's blue milk.
Yeah, the blue milk is really good.
The blue milk is quite tasty. We'll get to the blue milk. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. We got to talk about the rides. We got to talk about the land. So, Zach, what was your when you were there? Because you've seen all the Star Wars movies, but you're not necessarily what I would call a diehard fan.
I'm not a huge fan. Yeah.
You like it, but you're not going out of your way.
Yep.
Just like me, right?
I would say that maybe you're a diehard fan.
Maybe. So, did anybody else start to cry when they entered Star Wars Land?
No, but I noticed you wiping a tear away from your eye when you first saw the Millennium Falcon.
I definitely did tear up when I first saw the Falcon. That is absolutely accurate. I was actually thinking about that because, when you go to the Magic Kingdom, right? And as a little girl, when you went to the Magic Kingdom, right? Seeing the castle, I would imagine had some sort of emotional connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Somewhere there exists a photo of me and my sister. I was 5. And our parents took us to the Magic Kingdom for the first time. And there is a picture of my sister and I standing in front of the castle. And I have my hands up in the air and my mouth is open in a scream. And you can just tell that is the happiest little girl in the world.
See, and I think that is my happiest little girl in the world experience.
you did look like a happy little girl there. It's true.
Yeah, you were panting.
I may have been.
And your hands were flying,
So they
I think I just walked away from you all. I was like, you all kept talking.
No,
I
think you said I need a moment.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you did.
It was my little girl.
You did.
Yeah, I definitely shed a tear because I got. So again, when you walk into the Magic Kingdom, you walk through the gates and bam, the castle's there. And Main Street's positioned, so it's off in the distance, but you can see it. and you can get that emotional connection immediately. And effectively, if you want to do the same thing, say with Spaceship Earth and Epcot or the Tree of Life, even though those don't have an emotional impact. But the Falcon is not front and center. Like it's you go down some caverns, you go around some corners, you go into different shops, and there it is then. It's like in the back of the section, so you don't get it right when you walk in. It's almost like it's magically unveiled to you.
That is true. And it is a life-size rendition of exactly what you think the Falcon would be like in real life.
It's huge.
Except I couldn't fly it. Or could I?
We did.
We did fly it. So, Zach, why don't we talk about... So that will lead us into the first ride that we went on was called Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, it was my favorite ride. It's probably... Is it underrated? No, Rise of the Resistance is like an experience, but this was an actually really fun ride.
Yeah, we'll talk about that difference in a second when we talk about rides. I think you're absolutely correct. Like, when we got off of Rise of the Resistance, from a ride standpoint, I was a little underwhelmed. As an experience standpoint, it is the most amazing thing in the history of ever.
That's true. Unless if they made a football card version.
Well, I thought the coolest part about Smuggler's Run was how you actually walk through the hallways of the Falcon.
Oh, yeah, that one. That was amazing.
In order to go to where the area where the actual ride is. But, yeah, it's just like the movies.
Yeah, so I have a plus and a minus to that. So, yes, the fact that you're walking through the hallways of the Falcon, you see the little chessboard, you actually sit down, and so there's probably a lot of little rooms like that all over, in the queue line. But the way they structure it, it's a very small room, and there's only a few people in it with you, because the way where all the different ride vehicles are. So it's very secluded, so you get to take your time. I really like that. Like, that's a huge plus. The only negative, and I don't understand how they missed this, but there's a pretty long queue line to Smuggler's Run, right?
It was not when we went, so I honestly didn't notice.
Well, we had the Disney Aladdin Plus, Genie Plus, so we actually didn't wait necessarily in a long line, but you could have a long line through there, and you kind of go in, you walk into the Falcon, and blah blah blah. You don't walk up the ramp of the Falcon.
Yeah, that's true. There, at no point do you get to walk on the ramp, and that is a shame.
And the ramp is there, and it's down, like you could see inside, but you don't. You walk in a different way, and I think it's a very small miss, but it's a small miss.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But after that, it's great. So Zach, can you describe the ride here at all that you love so much?
I got to shoot people.
Let's redefine that a little bit.
I got to shoot like deathwings or whatever they're called.
So you were a gunner on the ship.
Yep.
Okay, so
I got to fire guns.
Yes, I got to be the pilot, and more important,
you crashed.
And more important, I did not crash. I flew amazingly well.
Into the ground.
I was flying with style.
Into the ground.
So was I also a pilot? What was I doing?
I think you were also a pilot.
Yeah, because one of us controlled up and down, and one of us controlled left and right.
Correct, but more importantly, I had the lever to take us to hyperspace.
Yes, that is true. And I'm glad that worked out for you.
So, pro tip, if you go, and there's 3 roles, there's pilots, gunners, and engineers, and if you're the pilot...
Engineers do nothing.
No, they did stuff. I don't know what it was.
Do?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anthony got to push a button or something.
He wasn't even there.
Anthony wasn't
that's right. Anthony wasn't there.
It was Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy and Carlos,
oh my God. Yeah, I'm confusing with another ride. Carry on.
Anyway, but the pilot, if you're on the right-hand side of the cockpit, you get to pull down the hyperspace lever. There's so much I want to do.
It was pretty cool.
It was. So, Zach, that was your favorite parts you did. Yeah, you got to fire the guns, shoot the spaceships, whatever. And you also got to see my amazing flying, which was really, really good.
Yeah, you were really good at flying into the ground.
Thank you very much. Very good at flying.
Yeah.
It's all. I stopped listening after that point. So, yeah, so that was actually really cool. And you mentioned there was characters walking around. Do you remember any of the characters?
No, but I remember seeing stormtroopers.
There were a lot of stormtroopers.
There was Kylo Ren coming out of the Death Star in like the big stage.
There was.
Oh, that's true. We did get to see Kylo Ren.
And then the thermal
awesome.
detonator Coke.
Oh, so why don't we talk about that? Because that was a big thing. So I was getting a drink, and you asked for it, and I'm like, I am not buying a $6 bottle of Coke. But you wanted it so bad. I thought.
It was a thermal detonator Coke.
Detonator. There's no F.
Thermal detonator.
There you go. Yes, And so they have Coke bottles shaped like a thermal detonator. And it's amazing.
And apparently that is the only place in the world you can even buy them.
It is.
Exactly.
And we still have it. We actually kept it.
Yes,
I'm like, we're keeping this.
We're keeping that.
It was like our only real souvenir from Galaxy's Edge.
It was a good one.
It was fantastic. And it came with a Coke.
And it was a cheap one.
I mean, all things being equal.
And it came with a Coke.
Yeah, all things being equal, I guess it was.
Oh, I was just going to say, it gave him great joy.
It did, and that made it $6 of credits absolutely worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So a small miss is that the way they set Galaxy's Edge during the time of the new movies, you can't have any of the old characters. And so there's no Han and Luke walking around. You aren't ever going to see Leia, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, yeah, because I don't even know what is it supposed to be? Like all the rock faces and cliffs. I mean, what is that?
It's just like some random planet, and then things happen there. Like there's supposed to be a story to it, but you don't really know what that story is. Yeah.
I think that was a miss. It could have been it was Tatooine, the whole thing, or the whole thing was Hoth, or I mean, there were so many possibilities. And
it's a miss.
Yeah, definitely.
And because then, since they place it in a time, then you can't then Mandalorian becomes a hit, and you can't theoretically have the Mandalorian walking around because that was 15 years ago in terms of the timelines. You don't know where he is at this point, or if he is even still alive. So I think it was a small miss, but you do see a lot of Star Wars characters. There are like General Wookiees, because I don't know if you see Chewbacca, and a lot of cool people, and a lot of Stormtroopers and First Order troopers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Zach, let's talk about the second big ride in Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance.
I would like to point out, I didn't really like it too much because I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan. I thought it was still really cool.
I want to point out that I still drove you home. I did not leave you on the side of the road for making these kinds of statements.
Yeah.
I think I deserve Father of the Year for that.
Well, I mean, when we leave our studio closet here, we can leave him in here and shut the door.
No, again, yeah. I'm sorry. So Zach, yes, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to love it. It's okay. So tell us about the ride though, which you did enjoy the experience aspect of it.
Yeah. So you go into the queue line. You go into this pod. This is still amazing. So you see the TV and it's a battle, and you start outside. So you walk into the pod. You're outside. I remember that because it was raining. So we just ran inside the pod. We looked at it, and then when the pod doors opened again, we were in like this giant base. There were Stormtroopers and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
And I would say it is the single most amazing reveal during a ride I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, when you walk into that one big room with like the hundreds of Stormtroopers, that is so cool.
Yeah, and what's great is because you walk in and out of the same door. So like if you're in the Haunted Mansion or you're in the Tower of Terror, like that reveal happens because you walk through a different door. I mean, it
was the same door.
Yeah, and I've looked how they did it because I was so geeked. You're right. You go you're outside.
No, so, Mr. Carlos told us.
Yeah, and then you go into. Oh, fine, maybe Mr. Carlos told us, but you walk into a spaceship, and then you come out of the spaceship, and you have been taken over. You are on a Star Destroyer. You have been taken by the new order, and there are 50 Stormtroopers there, and you are in Star Wars.
Yep.
And that's like part of the. I don't know if that's part of the line. I don't know if that's considered part of the show, part of the attraction. But that alone is pretty amazing.
It's called amazingness.
Yeah, that alone is pretty special. So then what happens? So you get there now. You're now captured by the First Order.
Yep. So then you go through a queue line. You see most of it, and then you get on the actual ride, and you just go around the Star Destroyer. And one part you go into like this pod, and Kylo Ren's lightsaber saves through. So then you run into this other pod that drops you.
Yeah. So first of all, seeing the lightsaber kind of cut through the steel above you, wicked cool. But you slightly cut out what might be Mom's most favorite part.
I was about to say you eliminated the
AT-AT.
Yeah. You eliminated an entire room, the AT-AT room. Oh my gosh, life-size AT-ATs.
Yeah, and then ours. So apparently there's a couple different ways the ride goes, But yeah, we start, and we are at the base of one of the AT-ATs, and we got like kind of an elevator that actually like brought us all the way up.
And then they shot at us.
Yeah, and then they shot at us, and there's like lasers, and it was so cool.
And you're face to face with an AT-AT.
Yeah, like, because you go up too, so you're like 30 feet in the air, and then with the, oh yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was super, super cool. And then, then we go to another room, and you see the space battle going on outside the windows behind you or in front of you, and then, you get into an escape pod and get launched out of it from there. All of those, I mean, absolutely, though, there's never a point where you're like, oh, this is like, it's a small world, right? Like, you are in Star Wars. This is not, even, like, in Avatar Land, right, in Pandora, there's that one dark ride that does a pretty good job, that boat ride, the Rivers of the Na'vi or whatever, that brings you into Pandora. This is next level.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially for people who have grown up with this from the time they were children. It's just larger than life fantasy in your own mind. And to see it played out life size in person, it's really amazing.
Yeah, it was stupendous.
Dad.
Yeah, Dad's stupendous? Is that what you meant?
No.
Well, and for me too, because I also grew up with the original trilogy, and my sister and I watched them a lot. Yeah,
don't be mistaken here, Zach. This one over here, she can hold her own in an episode of Star Wars True Pursuit. She knows some answers. She knows a thing or two.
I would lose.
Yeah. I could take.
Yeah,
Mom
can hold her own.
I can take you down.
So, that leads to one more. So we're gonna wrap it up here. One more small miss is that the food not good.
No.
We ate dinner there, and it was mediocre to bad.
Right. See, well, there you go. It wasn't even memorable.
Yeah. It was mediocre to bad and expensive for mediocre. It was like, and we ate at like one of the little, quick serve places.
I got mac and cheese, and they splendid it on it, and I was angry, so I had other food.
And you got it was like a chicken nugget, but it was like it was like a 1-inch cube. It was like this weird cube nugget.
They had no fries, and they served it with rice.
It was always bad. Yeah. And I guess what else it was like none of the food was just good. Like it was surprisingly not tasty.
After that, because
pizza.
Yeah, I got pizza. Yeah.
So last thing, real quick, you also got to go build a droid.
Oh yeah.
So you and Mr. Carlos wanted to build a droid, so he had booked that experience. So what was it like inside of the droid building depot?
So you got to pick out the pieces on the conveyor belt, and then because the conveyor belt went on top, it was above you too. And then you got to build it with instructions, and then you got to screw it in, but that was about it. And then it walked. Yeah,
because y'all were in there for about an hour while Mom and I were drinking blue milk.
Blue milk.
Yeah, hashtag blue milk was great. So, but was that fun? Because now that wasn't like that cost like an extra $100. I mean, would you recommend that to other people? Like, did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
That was really cool.
The only thing I would do it again, it was way too short. It was like it was way too short. Like, it was fun picking out your pieces, but that only took like 2 minutes, and then you got to build your droid, but everything was already there.
Yeah, it was kind of quickly built.
It was very quickly built.
Okay.
But then testing it out and stuff, it was really cool. It could talk. It was fun.
Well, you get to take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all were playing with it inside the studio, inside Galaxy's Edge, which was cool. And there was like 1 or 2 times when it like was communicating with other things in Galaxy's Edge. I don't know what that was, but that was kind of weird. Also, it just started talking to another droid that was in the vicinity or something. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Zach, any other thoughts here on Galaxy's Edge? We talked that there's only the 2 rides, so it's not like there's other things to do. But the shops, I mean, honestly, they could have been better merchandise. But the look and feel and immersion of it, I mean, again, the Falcon, there's an X-wing lying around, is so amazing. What did you think, Zach? As a not Star Wars fan, what did you feel?
It was really cool. It was really cool. That's all I gotta say. You were in Star Wars.
Would you recommend it to other kids, whether or not they're big Star Wars fans?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, other 70s child?
Yes, absolutely. If you grew up with the original trilogy like we did, you definitely need to go see it.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. We'll do other episodes. I'm sure you can go back to our other ones on other parts of Disney. But this was just on Galaxy's Quest. Not Galaxy's Quest? Galaxy's Edge. Jeez, Galaxy's Quest is a movie and is not Star Wars. My bad. Galaxy's Edge. All right. Anything else y'all want to say?
No, I'm good.
Nah.
All right. Well, may the force be with you. Talk to y'all later. We'll see you next week. Bye!